Alright, welcome to another gameplay vid. This one's going to be a little bit different from the last one. The last one was a multiplayer game. I'm going to jump into the mission mode on this one. So a quick tip, if you want to learn a little bit more, definitely take pictures of those loading screens right there. They'll help you out. Now once again, this is the campaign, which is the missions in this game. So it has this little intro video, basically like demonstrating the type of combat you'll be in. So this is more of a tutorial than it is a mission. It's going to tell you what to do. And as you can see, the glaive is the light raider bot. You can read the description there. And yeah, it's going to basically tell you what to do. So this isn't necessarily the first mission, it's more of a tutorial to teach you basic things in this game and how to do it. So you've got the line move here, where you can right click and drag, and all of your units, they'll move in a line, which is a pretty good basic formation. Now the game introduces another unit here. This is called the Knight. This is the lightning bot. So this one can paralyze. It paralyzes and slows down other units, basically. And here you're coming to rescue your commander. So this is basically a redo of the original. It's a tribute to the original first Total Annihilation mission, where you're rescuing your commander. You're putting together a base from scratch. So now it's telling me to build a metal extractor. Next it tells you to build a solar collector. So as I explained in the last game, those are your two forms of income if you're familiar with Total Annihilation, is metal and energy. And the game is basically instructing you to build both. See, a lot of it's done for you because as you can see that you have allies. I'll go back and look over them after a little bit after this factory is done. And you'll see that I have allies, and that's why my resources are so high, despite the fact that I've only built one metal extractor and one solar. In this game, your resources are shared. They're team shared resources, so they're not. I'll show you in some of the other multiplayer and skirmish games that I go through. Yeah, see, I'm gonna go around the map here. As you can see, those light blue units are my allied forces, and the red, and I think there may be a purple group. I don't think there is. No, actually there is. There's a red and a purple group, but it's mostly red. So when you have teammates in this game, it gives you slightly similar colors, so you can tell that they're your team. In Total Annihilation and other strategy games, you're usually able to choose what color you want for your team, so they're not usually similar, but they keep it similar on here. So this is almost over. Basically what the game is going to have me do is go over and destroy the enemy commander. So in the old Total Annihilation, this is why that this is just like a basic tutorial, but in the old Total Annihilation and in this game too, destroying the commander usually will end the game. It won't necessarily end the game in a skirmish or a multiplayer game, but it will end the game in this sense here. So right after this one, I'm going to do the second mission, where you get to do a little bit more than what you get to do in this game. So we're going to move on to the second mission after I get finished destroying this commander here. They have a guardian commander. I highlighted that. There's not really much to highlight. And there we go. First victory. We're going to move directly to the second mission after this one, because there is no other screens after that. So we're going to dive into the second mission. As you can see, there's another screen with the loading screen that's going to show you some things about the game. So definitely, if you can get a chance to look at those loading screens and take a screenshot, that would definitely work. You can learn a lot from the game. So as you can see here, there is a mission screen here this time, showing you your objectives, kind of like narrating the story a little bit, and showing you some units that you should look out for in the game. So on these missions, some of these missions I've played them already. So since I've played them already, I'm just going to go back, because in some of these missions that I've done, I just did them just to beat them. So when I did them just to beat them, I didn't complete any of the bonus objectives. I probably completed a couple of bonus objectives by happenstance. But here's the Lotus. That's the level 1 laser tower. As you can see, there are things built for you already. There's a Stardust, that's the anti-swarm turret. These two turrets that I just highlighted here, those two are the most basic turrets that you could have for defense. The missile towers are a little bit more well-rounded and easier to use. So with those don't do as much damage, but those hit aircraft better, and they hit other units from a longer range than I still call the Lotus level 1 laser tower. I'm still used to total annihilation, but this game is one of these spiritual successors to it. So there's really not a lot to this mission either. It's destroy the enemy commander and the Cloakbot factory and protect your commander. So what I'm going to do here in this one is I'm going to build up my forces until the bonus objectives are completed, because you get more perks and things unlocked if you complete all of the bonus objectives in the game. So I'm going to do these videos for the purpose of introducing things in the game and going over some of my strategies and what I do in the game to help out new players. Because new players, just like me, when I started playing this game a couple of years ago, I really did struggle, and I was not really able to indulge and play online, because this game is totally different from any strategy game that I've played. Now here's the Ronin. The Ronin is low damage. It's pretty much the same as the old Rogue or the Storm in Total Annihilation. They just reskinned it and made it look different. Now I just sent my forces up because I want to see what he has. And yeah, I just ran into their commander. Their commander shooting laser at us, but not pursuing us. See, your commander is a pretty slow moving commander, no matter which version commander that you choose. So yeah, you can see the objective is highlighted there. Now later in the game, some objectives will not be highlighted like that. So you won't be able to see that in some of the later games. So I'm going to pull back, and I'm chasing after their 2 glaives. In the early game, if you have more than 5 glaives, and it doesn't matter what other unit it is, just swarm it. If you outnumber in the early game, just attack. Don't pull back. I'm only pulling back because out of the 5 basic, or the 5 bonus objectives that I'm supposed to have, I only have 3 done. and I'm working on the Reavers right now. So what I have left is build a radar tower, build 3 Reavers. That's why I'm going to go through these missions, because there it is. There's a Reaver right there. And this one's a Riot Bot. So when you move up to Riot Bots, these can take more damage, and they're shelling out more offense than the usual level 1 or lighter raider / riot / skirmisher. I'm going to continue throughout these games pointing out these units and what they do. Now, you only want to use these units here that I have as a collective right now to raid in the early game. So right now, this is the early game. There's only been about 4.5 minutes. We're getting close to 5 minutes in this game. This is still early game. No player is going to be able to build heavier units at this point in the game. Not yet. Even some of the best players, they just know strategy to overwhelm you with basic units at this point in the game. So I've got the 3 Reavers. All I need to do is build this radar tower. So once this radar tower is built, I'm going to go ahead and attack the CPU player to finish off the mission. Now, I'm not going to do 3 missions in a row. So the 3rd mission, I'm going to do that as a separate video. And that video will most likely come out next week, not this week. I know that you can see the time and date of the game. The game actually wasn't played on this day. I'm running the replays of the game, and then I'm voicing it over, so I can have already watched the video and know what I've done. I think I explained this in the first game. So in these early missions, there's not going to be a whole lot to talk about, aside from maybe a couple of units and a strategy or 2. So here we go. I haven't highlighted it. There we go. The sling. The sling is a light artillery bot. So this one is long range, but still an early game, cheap type unit that you can use in the early game. So I've got the radar tower built. So now I'm going to take these units. This is about 3 or 4 different types of units in the early game that you would be using in this game. So I'm going to use them as an example. He's got a light artillery shield bot here. I'm just going to overwhelm that. You can overwhelm that with the glaives. I'm going to destroy his little solar collectors. I'm just really doing this just to do it at this point. But I'm going to continue to advance. I want to show you that when you lead these types of attacks, you have to be mindful of what types of units you're sending up there. So if you're sending all of the units at the same time, you just need to know that your glaives are going to make it there first. Any of your light or scout units with attack are going to arrive first. So you need to stop them sometimes, like I just did there, so they can be able to hang out more with the range units. So I'm going to just stop chasing his units, and I'm going to come on down here and just attack this thing in the mission. So the next video will be the 3rd mission, and I will show you guys that. So until then, like and subscribe, shout me some comments, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.